Well, hello out there.
Hello.
We seem to have reached the tail end of this part of the evening. We being the tail end. So we want to welcome you. We want to welcome you to... So we want to welcome you to this edition of the Moth Storytelling Hour. Coming to you from the fabulous Roadhouse here at the Full Moon. Full Moon behind us here. And we are called, fittingly, Chris and Steve. And the name of the song, well, I guess it's a story more, or maybe it's a song. The name of the thing is Vito and Me.
Yeah, anytime I want to go.
I'll wait till you finish with that.
Oh, it goes.
We've got to get going here before our medication wears off.
I gotta wait till the medication kicks in. Okay, it was 1971, and I had hair. Long hair. Wild hair. I was mustachioed. Hair announced my presence. Hair attracted my wife. But in 1981, it was time to get serious. If I was going to get a job, I needed short hair, a clean look, a lip that people could see. I needed to find a barber. But where am I going to find a barber? Well, I found a barber. I found a barber in Lower Manhattan. The EVT shop in the Woolworth building, 235 Broadway, on the mezzanine level. Oh, we got to do on Broadway. It was 235 Broadway. That's the Broadway not by the theaters, that's the Broadway by City Hall. All right. So I'm on 235 Broadway. I'm on the mezzanine level, past the plaster busts of five and dime retailers. The V in EVT stood for Vito. He was my guy.
Vito.
Yeah. Vito, you see, Vito could cut my hair so I looked like a man who knew something, like a man who could be trusted. His partner T was still there. But Vito told me that the E guy had disappeared under mysterious circumstances. When I walked into the shop, Vito's music was playing. It was music of the mid-1960s, when Vito was a young man. Tony Bennett, Vic Damone, Sinatra and the Rat Pack, serenading photos of trophy clients like Mayor Ed Koch and Joe Torre. They were all singing along to the picture of Marilyn. Smells of hot shaving cream, hair tonic, and witch hazel mingled together. Tabloid newspapers and men's magazines on a coffee table to read while you waited your turn. Okay, Maestro.
Vito loves Sinatra, the Rat Pack on the wall. Vic Damone and Marilyn, it's always
1964.
Oh.
Back at the rhythm. We'll get together by the end of the song. Or the think, or whatever it is. Well, Vito and I settled into a routine. I quickly learned the boundaries of our tonsorial conversations. It was safe to talk about small things. We talked about baseball. He was a Yankees fan, of course. You know, that DiMaggio thing and all. I had to avoid gloating over the 1986 Mets.
That's
We also avoided politics. And Vito was convinced that the Democrats were ruining the country. So I didn't say much in return. We talked about hair. We talked about, let me switch that. We talked about our families. And we also talked about hair. He said, Steve, you know, your hair is starting to recede. I can comb it forward. I can comb it to the side. I can comb it over. There's only so long you can hide. Vito, what were the chorus here?
Chords are written.
Yeah.
Vito
Love Sinatra, the right back on his wall. Victor Moan and Marilyn, always 1964. Okay, then it got serious. Go minor? Can we go minor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 2001. Same music is playing. Same photos on the wall. The same smells. Same Vito. Traveling in his time capsule. He tells me stories about his trips to Vegas. Who's a good guy? Who's a wise guy? I am at the height of my powers. Hair still thinning, but responsibility grows. July 4th, I'm at a party on the 55th floor of the World Trade Center, One World Trade Center. Fireworks are exploding in the Lower Harbor. A flotilla of ships sails up the Hudson with fireboats shooting water high up into the air. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, a stealth fighter noiselessly flies through the canyon, stops in midair, turns left, and like a shot, disappears into the west, reducing middle-aged men to children plastered against the glass. We're plastered against the glass. 10 weeks later, we were supposed to be in the same place for a meeting. All the officers and trustees. But the meeting was shifted to Midtown. Some scheduling conflict, I think. The towers were hit, blown to oblivion, gone. But our lives moved on. 2020 to 2022. For years, me and Vito, we continued down the path of receding. Vito's prediction had come to pass. Comb forward, comb back, comb over. And now I finally come to grips with reality. You must pay heed to the wind. That's the sound of the pandemic arriving. Oh, the pandemic is here. We're jolted again. Strangely invigorating, though, to be free from pissy people with petty problems. This was real stuff. Again, we solve how to deliver. We solve how to survive. Finally, the worst is over. I look in the mirror. Boy, do I need a haircut. I call Vito, but he doesn't answer. I think this is a sign. Vito has moved on. Maybe I should too. I have other interests to pursue, pictures to take, songs to write. As I showed you before with my illustration, bald now, my lip is furry again. I can cut my own hair. 4 on top, 3 on the sides. But I still miss Vito. Mr. Chorus, if you will.
Well, this loves Sinatra, the Rat Pack on his wall, Big Timon and Marilyn,
Always 1964.
Always 1964.
1964.
Thank you for your indulgence.
For anybody who would like, I have photos of Vito at his barbershop back in 2020, right before the pandemic. Okay. Sorry, Andrea, sorry we broke format.
I love it. Great, right to your strengths.
So Steve, did Vito die or did he just retire?
I don't know. I knew he lived someplace out on Long Island, but I could not find him again.